what did I want to do this time? That's me playing in the background too, in case you're wondering. Decided to do a video on my 4 guitars and the stories behind them and where they came from and why I've kept them and all that sort of thing. So this was not my first guitar. The reason I'm doing these out of chronological order is I've got a certain idea of where they fit in my playing, and also this one was out of the bag because, as you can see, it's missing a string because I opened it and the string was hanging out and I went, oh crap, and I thought the neck had busted or something, but no, it was just, they're old. I haven't changed them in a long freaking time. So this is a very uncommon 5-string acoustic. No, it's not. So where did this come from? I got this in a bookstore. It was hanging on the wall and it's dented and it has not been looked after at all, and I just thought, I want that guitar. And the reason I wanted it, there's actually more to it than just wanting to rescue it, is that this is the kind of guitar I learned on way back in about 90 something or other, when I was, I don't know, I can't remember when I started stealing my brother's guitar, but this is what he had. And a Yamaha. This one in particular is a G55A, and I've looked it up and I can't find anything on it. It kind of jumps, all the serial numbers jump and skip the G55A, so I have no idea where it's from. I don't know why, but I did a little bit more research into some forums and found out that they had factories, Yamaha had factories all over the country and all over other countries, and they all had different serial number systems and they were just making guitars everywhere. So I've estimated, by putting it between the numbers that are there, that this is about as old as I am. This is about 45 or so years old. I don't know exactly because I can't look it up because, yeah, I don't know. So there's a range of somewhere between 1970 something and maybe 1980. And I was born in 75, so split the difference. So 45-year-old guitar. It's got a decent sound. It's just a crummy nylon, you know, basic acoustic guitar. Yeah, this is what I learned on. One of these. I stole it and I just wrote stuff like that. This is a song called D to A, which is literally the D chord to A. That's it. That's all that's in that entire song. But, with extra layers and things. You probably can't hear it. Doesn't matter. So, guitar number 1, my Yamaha acoustic, which I bought after my electric, which is coming up next. So when did I get this? I got the electric 95, and this was after I got married, so we're talking 98, 99, somewhere around there. Around about the same time that Rapid Black pretty much started. And yes, Rapid Black's that old, nearly 20 years, over 20 years. Been doing this for way too long and I still can't talk in front of the camera, but that doesn't matter. This is my first album, Freud Suit, and yeah. So this was my first ever guitar. I bought this. So I bought this back in 1995. I had a job. I know. Fuck. I actually had a job back then. And I bought this guitar and I went in and I tried to find the cheapest guitar I could. And he said, it's got a broken truss rod. And I had no idea what a truss rod was. I said, is that important? All the guitarists are just face palming. Yeah, apparently it is. Doesn't matter. I recorded 3 albums with this. 3 on my own. At home on my recording gear. This is what was recorded. Freud Suit, Nothing to Say, that whole album, and the entire EP, the heavy EP. All on this. Oh yeah. I haven't played it through the Zoom before. This could be pretty interesting. Yeah. This is in standard. Yeah. And it's single coil. but that's okay. One thing about this guitar, it has amazing intonation. It's not bad for a single coil Fender Strat copy thing. The cool thing about this too is it weighs about 300 kilograms. No, not really. It's fucking heavy though, which is why I don't play it anymore. And the fact that all the electronics in it are broken, which is why there was a big gap just now between videos, and I had to stop the camera and try and work out why it wouldn't play, because this input jack hasn't been routed out properly. So it pushes the pin onto the end of the plug, so it doesn't quite snap into place. So all those noises and crap on Freud Soup and Nothing to Say is this guitar not connecting. So some of the endings where it goes, this fucker. Right, so first album was I'm amazed I even managed to record anything. Second album was iffy, and then by the third album I got all the electrics fixed. I got it set up best as you can when you've got a broken truss rod that, you know, means you can neck bend without even worrying about breaking the truss rod because it's already broken. Oh god, this guitar. So many memories. Except on how to play guitar. Yeah, man. Is the ending of that song. Yeah, so don't let not having good gear stop you from recording anything, because I recorded, like I said, 3 albums with this piece of junk that's totally busted. It's completely had it. I was talking to someone, I was talking about this guitar the other day, and they said, why did you change the electrics in it? And I said, because the neck's fucked as well. Like, the only thing that's left would be the body, and the body hasn't been routed properly. So if you get rid of the neck, the body, and all the electrics, I'd have a strap. Yeah, that's not going to go anywhere, is it? So anyway, I've got 2 new guitars, which are new for me, because they're 10 years old now. But bought this in '95. This was my first guitar. I didn't buy another guitar after because I'm broke, I'm poor, I don't have any money. Yeah. We'll play for a bit. I haven't played guitar in such a long time. This illness is shit. And it's hurting. Everything's hurting right now. Oh god, this guitar's too heavy. Okay. So this was actually my 4th guitar, but we're putting it in 3rd because I want to put the best guitar at the end. So what happened was 2012, I think it was, so we've jumped a bit, nearly 13 years since I bought the acoustic. And I don't know, I can't do math. 95 until 2012, before I bought my 2nd electric guitar, which is that one over there. I got them in the same year. I'm out of breath because I've been trying to get this thing in tune, and it's been a typical Gibson type SG and refusing. So it's going to sound like poo, but I don't care right now because I've got stabbing pain in my back, and that's, you know, my existence as it is. Doesn't matter with that amount of distortion and effects on it anyway, does it? Gotta love it. So, what happened? Well, 2012 was a shitty year. Mum had died, I lost my job, and then Dad died. And that all happened within 3 years. 10, 11 and 12, 2010, 2011, 12, and that's when my world just ended pretty much. I started having collapses, falling. We moved house, I overworked, and I collapsed in the porch. And then from there, it's been steady downhill to the amazing condition that I'm in now, where I'm struggling to fucking sit. So anyway, we went down like we always did every year up until a few years ago, where I got so crippled I can't travel. And we went down for Christmas to visit the relatives, and I left my guitar behind. I was miserable, and we still had money left from the inheritance. And I just thought, I want a guitar. I don't care what it is. And I sent my wife out to buy a student guitar. Something simple, something cheap. Just basic one of those combo kits. And I was expecting another, like, Fender Strat. She came home with this beast. And this wasn't exactly cheap. Like, it's a cheap guitar overseas, but in Australia, this is still a $400 combo. It's not, you know, it's $400 Australian too, which is like, I don't know, $25 million US these days. Not really, but fucking close, Jesus. And it's totally not a guitar I would buy for myself. I'm not a huge fan of the Gibson fat, gnarly sound, but being a guitarist, it's good to have different sounds with your guitars, different voices, different pickups. You get to the last guitar, I'll show you the major difference. Like, you'll hear it straight away, if I even can play. You've got your Fender Strat copy. That's got that sparkly tone that I used on all the albums. You've got a nylon string acoustic, which obviously sounds completely different to an electric, and if it doesn't, you should get your hearing checked. And you've got the Gibson sound, which is a bit... It's just big and fat and hairy and... I did that last night too. This guitar's not tuned in any kind of standard. It's in friggin' open D. You can't do a fucking blues scale normally on it. There, that's a bit better. It was horrible. But I haven't played in months because I'm broken and I'm in so much pain right now. So she comes home with this. Well, not home, but down in Ocean Grove where we were staying. And I've got to say, it's got a nice... that string in particular. It's really nice. It's the G. You didn't say that. I'll edit it out anyway. Edit what out. So, where are we up to? This is it. This is my third guitar, which is actually, I think, my fourth guitar, because I did have a steel string acoustic, but it wrecked my fingers. It was a bitch to play, and it appears in one song. What's it called? 55 Tin, where I played a tin whistle, harmonica, ancient bongos that sound like crap before I bought new ones of them too, and an acoustic guitar, obviously. Yeah, so this is fifth guitar, but it's actually my third in line of the guitars that we looked at, of the four. So in chronological order, it's the Fender acoustic. Let's try that again, shall we? In chronological order, it's the Fender Strat copy, which I bought in '95. Then it's the acoustic nylon string, the Yamaha. Then it's this, which I got for my birthday which I bought for my birthday, using my dad's inheritance money along with the drums, and a house for my family. In fact, I was told by my wife that I had to go out and buy something for myself because I was spending all the money on the house and on fixing the house and on tools and not on myself, because that's one of my weird, stupid quirks that I have of being way too altruistic at times. I'm really out of breath again. This illness sucks. Not being able to breathe sucks. God. Oh. Right. Where are we? Yes, so third guitar, bought in October 2012. The red guitar, the SG copy, was December 2012. And the drums was the same day as this, but there was a mix up and I had to go back and get my drums because they gave me 2 boxes of bits that weren't actually a full drum kit. Merry Christmas, fuckers. Anyway, it's a good shop though. A&B Music down in Geelong. Good shop, good service, good people. Sometimes they rush a bit when they're loading stuff at the end of the day though. That was probably more my fault than anything else. But I did get what I wanted. I got my drums, I got my guitar, and sold me this. Jackson, a name brand guitar. Finally, I mean, Yamaha's okay. Yamaha's good, actually. That's crap. It's not Jackson, is it? It's not Jackson. It's not Jackson with twin humbuckers and balls that actually, if I could actually play, it would sound awesome, but I can't because my fucking hands are shaking because I'm in a lot of pain right now. But anyway, so this is the Jackson I bought after my father died. Never got a chance to record with it yet because my health is shit. But this is the guitar that I'll be using on all future albums should I ever have the ability to sit long enough to make them. This, actually I have recorded with it. I fucking lied. Hold me to that. I fucking lied. The documentary soundtrack. All those noises with this beast. Just doing that. And yes. I'm having a freaking seizure. Notice right hand with the slide. That's how I played Alien Death Ray. Right. You can do anything with music, it's great fun. As long as you don't listen to all those people going, you can't do that, that's not metal. You have to set your amp up exactly the same as everyone else who's playing metal, and you have to use the exact same drum setting, and you have to play drums the same, and you have to put the double kick in exactly the same places, and you have to play the bass the same, and if your vocals aren't exactly the same as that guy, you suck. And then they go, why do all these bands sound the same? Oh God, I hate it. I will never sound the same as anyone else. You know why? Because I don't learn covers. I only learn my own stuff. No, I didn't have any lessons. So, the cool thing I like about this guitar, and I'll turn this off, just so you can hear it. It's got a very thin sound. What's definition between the notes, so you can hear everything. And the thing I like about that, while I try futilely to play, is that any effects you load onto it is what you're going to get. With the SG, because it's such a thick tone, it fattens everything up, and so all the definition between all the strings, right, which is really clear on this. They're kind of all muddies together on the Gibson style guitars, so you end up with a fatter tone, which is good for rock because you just need a little bit of overdrive. But if you're playing it oversaturated crap like I do, you want to have something a bit thinner to layer your effects on top of, and then that way you can get a bit more gesump out of it. That's a technical term. So your reverb comes out really clear. Jackson's just got such a nice tone to it, it really does. So that's my 4 guitars. Was that boring? Probably. It's probably really terrible and boring.